before the timer goes off. We will be okay. It's a triple battle. That's unfortunate. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Plays Black 2 Randomizer Mastermode. There is a lot that needs to be explained for this. I don't want to say series, but what happened between the episode you see now and the one before it. And the truth of the matter is that there is actually supposed to be a video in between episode 47. Because you might be looking like, oh, 46 was the previous video, here's 48, where's 47? So for whatever reason, Pokemon Blaze Black 2 Randomizer Master Mode episode 47 could not render properly. And it was one of those things that, because I had a surplus of videos recorded and everything, I just had no space on my PC, so like the original file for that video got lost and deleted at some point. So because of that, there is no footage that depicted or showed what happened in the previous video. So as you can see, we're standing in the middle of the staircase. We did fight all 4 of these trainers and Lance as well, which is unfortunate because it was a really like intense video and I was really wanting to showcase it, but it just didn't work out too well. But you can tell by the layout that we did have a couple of deaths as well. One of those being our Conkeldurr, which sucks because Conkeldurr was really good for us, and he was one of only 2 Mons who survived the Reversal Mountain tragedy in this series. I mean, you can sit there and say Reshiram did too, but Reshiram only did because we get a jailbreak. But we did lose our Conkeldurr in the dumbest way imaginable too. So we were fighting against Lance, I believe, and his Aerodactyl, I believe, went for Stealth Rock. And there was a point where we used Conkeldurr to knock something out, and we were on really low HP. So I swapped out my Conkeldurr into, I think, Kyogre or something, because he was sending in a Haxorus. And Haxorus had a red card on it. So if you don't know what red card does, is if you hit the opponent and you don't knock them out, the red card automatically switches you out, and it picks a random Pokemon in your party to switch into. So I, had a full team. So I had a 20% chance that Conkeldurr comes in again, and it did come in again. So it died to entry hazards. So I was very upset about that. And then because our Kyogre, I believe, was low HP, I did have to sack off the Swellow as well. So we did have 2 deaths in the previous video. I say previous video, but the lost episode. But we did go ahead and clear everything out here. Now, the big thing about today is that I am pushing to make this the finale of this series. Now, the one thing we need to really pay attention to here is that we don't have any Devil's Advocates right now. So, we could get screwed over by that. I didn't go ahead and catch any of the free encounters that I got or anything like that. I just kind of wanted to push ahead. So this is big for us because we do need to spin the wheel, and like I said, I do plan on making this the finale. So this could be a very, very long finale, depending on how things go today. Or it could be super easy. I wouldn't be opposed to either. Alright, toss/sell 5 items. That is a pretty easy challenge. I'm pretty sure this game you can still toss items. I know in one of the games they made it to where you can't do that anymore, which is kind of weird. I don't know why you would do that or get rid of a feature like that, but at the same time, I don't know. Oh, before we get in there, I did say I was gonna do grinding. So I did battle all of the trainers in the route that is before the Victory Road. I think it's Route 23. And then all the trainers that we didn't fight in the Victory Road, which just goes to show with Drayano and them moving all those trainers around. I fought about half the people in the Victory Road. But this is the team. I should do a team recap because we did update their movesets. The only months movesets that I didn't mess with were the Reshiram and the Kofagrigus, mainly because their movesets are perfectly fine. And when it came to grinding, I needed to have them on with Waterfall, and I needed to have them on with Strength, so I didn't have them in the party for grinding. But we got our boy Jukebox, the shiny Porygon Z. I chose to make him shiny because favoritism, obviously. Here at level 77, holding Lucky Egg. It's got adaptability, of course. Look at that special attack stat at 313. 215 speed, which ain't bad. Did put max investments in speed and special attack, so he should be an absolute menace. But it's got Nasty Plot, Ice Beam, Tri-Attack, and Discharge. Ultimately, I probably should teach this thing Thunderbolt. But considering we do have Reshiram and we do have Kofagrigus, mons that are really, really bulky, if we do have double battles, or for whatever reason, if we run into triple battles in the Elite Four, Discharge should be good in getting us some paralysis hacks. But it's not a necessity either. It's kind of there if we need to click it, because Electric's only super effective against 2 types, so it is what it is. Then we have our Toxico Croak here, which I don't know why his nickname didn't save, but it's whatever. It's rocking the Dry Skin ability, which is actually really, really nice, again, because double battle strats. We have Drizzle on our squad, so he basically gets free healing if he's out on the field. It's got Sucker Punch, Fake Out, Poison Jab, Close Combat. I know double priority might be a little bit of a weird thing to be running, but considering Fake Out is good if we do, again, have double battles. Sucker Punch is good for a quick little hit there. Maybe we run into something that's quad weak to Sucker Punch. Poison Jab is super good because fairy types are a thing in this game, and then Close Combat is reliable. We just need to be careful because his attack stat isn't necessarily the highest. I've actually really never used Toxicroak, so I don't know if he's like a middle of the road mon or anything like that, but Poison and Fighting is definitely a typing that we can utilize on our team. Then we have Sleepy, our Jirachi here at level 76, Serene Grace ability. You know what Serene Grace does. Double our chances of secondary effects. We got U-turns on Headbutt, Iron Head, Meteor Mash. It's nice because I'm basically running this as if I was playing competitive. Choice Scarf, U-turn, Iron Head, and Zen Headbutts. Those are good moves to have because you get your double chances of flinching, which I want to say is... I don't know what it is off the top of my head with Iron Head and Zen Headbutt's chances to flinch. I think it's normally 30. I could be wrong about that, though. But Meteor Mash helps as well because we can get an attack boost. So could be a really, really good mod. And then again, U-turn, great for pivoting if we need to do that. Primal, the only thing that really changed, I mean, he went up a couple levels because he was kind of our backbone for grinding. Look at that special attack set, though. That's just unreal. But it's got Ice Beam instead of Surf because I wanted to not rely... I wanted to have one water type move so I could take advantage of Drizzle, of course. Thunderbolt is always good coverage, and Ice Beam is going to be super duper helpful. Same reason why I have Ice Beam on Porygon Z is for Iris's team, because she's going to be rocking some dragons. Kyogre should be able to outspeed most things, as long as they don't have setup or anything like that. An Ice Beam should be able to knock out most everything on that team. King Tut, we know how King Tut is. Just our fat, bulky mon can change things, abilities if it makes contact or gets hit with contact moves. Willow, great for burning heavy physical attackers. Protect in case we do need to use a spread move of some sort or to waste the opponent's turn. Hex is always good as well. Double damage if we have a status on him. And then Shadow Ball is always reliable. And then last but not least, Remedies, our Reshiram. Same thing with Kyogre. Look at that special attack stats. Got the 2 fire type moves, of course, because Fusion Flare's only got 5 PP. Dragon Pulse, again, for the dragons that we'll fight towards the end. And Earth Power, just for coverage as well. We do have the rival battle up ahead here. And I don't remember entirely what he leads off with. Do not remember entirely what he leads off with here. I actually don't know what level he's going to be either. But the thing is if I remember correctly, because I think I did the research before the Lost episode, the Elite Four should be 76 to 78 range, and then Iris should be 79 as an ace. I believe that is to be correct. I could be really wrong about that, but I don't think I am. Alright, so Swellow is the lead, 75. Do I want to swap out immediately? I particularly don't. Because Swellow is very, very fragile, and an Ice Beam should knock it out. Ooh, Boom Burst. Is that normal gem boosted? Ooh, that's not a good start. But Swellow's not much of a special attacker, so we should survive, barring a crit. Yeah, I was gonna say Swellow is not a special attacker. If that was E-Speed, I think that would have been a lot more threatening. Let's go ahead and get the Swellow out. All right, Electros. We're gonna go into Reshiram because we ignore the fact that he has Levitate. There's actually a good chance I just is carrying Rockhead anyways. We've seen that before. He could have a Dragon type move, but I don't see it being likely. Because I know he gets I think he can get Dragon Tail. I know he can get Dragon Claw. There's really no reason for him to be carrying that, I don't think. I don't think there's any reason for him to be carrying either one of those moves. Alright, Camerupt. So this is a free kill with our Kyogre here. Even if he's holding a Pascal Berry, he's not taking it because we're like 10 levels higher. Which I find that crazy considering like we are playing the challenge mode, and the challenge mode is supposed to technically have higher levels, that we're still kind of schmooving this nicely. I know it can feel a little bit like, ugh, really? You're using legendaries? Like, but this game is hard. This game is very much difficult, and I can't imagine what my run would have looked like if I didn't have legendaries. I mean, we had a legendary pretty early on, right? Yeah, we had Palkia. Like second gym, we had a Palkia. But this is also a different engine, right? If this was like regular Generation 5, then having a Palkia that early would still be super broken. Alright, level 85 on the Kyogre. Alright, Superior's coming in. Now the thing is, Superior is fast. Is it going to be faster than my Kyogre? I don't know because I am max speed. I do have Ice Beam now, which is quad effective. I do need to be careful about Contrary though. He could have Draco. He could have. I know he'll definitely have Leaf Storm. I don't know if he gets Draco in this game. He doesn't outspeed me. Does he have the Yachi Berry? He does not. Do you have Focus Sash? You have neither. Okay. Crit didn't matter. Crit didn't matter. Alright, Flygon. There's really no reason for us to swap. Yeah, there's really no reason for us to swap because he's bug. Oh, he's Bug Dragon, not Bug Ground. God damn it. We know he's holding the Life Orb though. We do know that much. And if we get a burn, that'd actually be kind of nice. God damn, that does so much damage.
Oh, special?
Special Flygon. Interesting. Interesting. You saw that move coming from miles away? Nah, you should have seen the Ice Beam coming.
Oh, the heal.
I went for Scald again just to knock it out, but I mean this is gonna do a little bit less because he does have the +1 in special defense. But ultimately that doesn't matter. Because if we do half. Yeah, we do half. We get the burn, but it looks like it's special, so it doesn't seem to me that the burn really matters that much. Now I'm just gonna finish it off with an Ice Beam. Bug Buzz. That is stab. Curious to see how much this does. I wonder if Drayana messed with Flygon's stats. You know, it made it a bug type. Then, you know, gave it Quiver Dance, and wonder if it made it more of a special attacker. Alright, Starmie. More than likely could have Swift Swim. Nope, does not have Swift Swim. But are you Sash, though? Because I know people Sash Starmie. Say his entire team was like fragile. Only thing really kind of bulky was Electros. Superior's fragile, Swallow's fragile, Camerup's kind of bulky, but has a quad weakness. So you give me the HM for dive. Okay. Now the question is this, right? Is it smart for me to toss and sell the 5 items now? Or do I wait until I'm in? Should I see if I can even toss and sell the items now? I think I should. I think that would make more sense. Because once I'm in there, I'm stuck. Like, if I get a bad challenge for me, then that just sucks. Alright, so let's see. Nope, stop that. I don't need to talk to you anymore. This is the thing that sucks because a few episodes ago we had to empty our bag, so we don't have any battle items. If we had battle items, this would be not really that scary to go in and do. I could give the Dragon Fang to Reshiram though, low key. But I think that's like the only battle item I really have. I mean, there's berries, right? I have a couple citrus berries. Let's see. Yeah, you can trash. All right, cool. The problem is I feel like I have to trash the items before I do a battle because I don't think one Elite Four battle I can do in 15 minutes. And I'm saying that, like, seriously. Not even down to the fact that my emulator is definitely not going to run at 100%. Just the fact that I'm anticipating it being a different battle style. Oh, I didn't even look at my healing items. 34, 96. All right, yeah, we're good on healing items. So looks like we have max elixir as well in case we need that. Okay, so let's drop in. All right, so looking at my team, what do I not like to fight here? Dark right now seems like the worst one we can go against because we have 2 mons that are weak to dark. We also have 2 mons that are weak to ghost. Ghost could be the worst one for us to deal with. We do have the immunity though with Porygon Z. I think we go and fight Ghost first. I think we fight Ghost first. But because Toxicroak is going to get walled by Ghost because, I mean, he's got Sucker Punch, yes, but I can't go for Fake Out. I can't go for Close Combat. Poison Jab is going to be resisted. So that's 3 of my moves right there that I can't use. And I only have 5 Sucker Punches. So I think if I'm going to play this smart, and this is just in case it's a triple or rotation battle, because again, I have no idea. If it's a double battle, then I can actually have a little bit of wiggle room because I can swap between my top 3. But if it's not, then it's kind of like, well, I gotta figure out what is, you know, lesser of 3 evils. But yeah, I think we fight Chantal first. I think we go Chantal, Grimsley, and then figure out from there who we fight against. Because there's no shot they don't have a team of 6. No shot. I just can't picture what her team is going to be. I mean, Golurk, Cofagrigus, Chandelure, Jellicent. Those are 4 mons I would think. But I could also see other things like Gengar and maybe Sableye, maybe Spiritomb. Those types of things. Alright, so like I said, I don't think I'll be able to do this fight in 15 minutes, so what we're going to do is we're going to toss our 5 items now. While we are here. Alright, we need one more. I'm not tossing the max elixir. You can't make me. Let's toss the green shards. Nope, we don't need any more. We don't need any more. Alright, so let me pull up that. And we need to pull up that first. Excuse me. Nope, that's the punishment wheel. We need this one.
That's literally not what I need right now. Considering, like, I'm pretty much done with this series. I did not need to pull a free encounter. Okay. Just taking sweet ass time. Okay, because this technically would
Imply like. So, I'm always on the fence about that challenge in particular because that would mean we can't make storyline progress. But because we're stuck in here, I'm gonna say that it's a kind of a give me challenge for this. So essentially, I don't have a challenge for this first Elite Four member, which I would like to milk this as long as I can. So if I can get through Chantal and Grimsley with this challenge intact, that'd be awesome. And that means as long as I get into the battle with Grimsley before the timer goes off, we will be okay. It's a triple battle. That's unfortunate. Oh, 77. I was wrong about the 76. Okay. So we get the rain up. That means our fire type moves with Reshiram aren't gonna do us any justice. But who is the most scary here? Who is the most scary? I think what we do with our first turn here and with Porygon is I think I nasty plot here. I think there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna get faked out by the Sableye. I just don't know who he's going to fake out. I think Gengar though should go. So regardless of who gets faked out here, I think I double up on Gengar. And I just realized a nice thing is because I have a pulse move, I can actually hit the Mismagius all the way across from Reshiram's side. So that's kind of big. We do outspeed Gengar, which is good. He might be sashed, and we didn't get faked out either, so that's big. That's actually really big. Now the Dragon Pulse is kind of a roll as to who it goes after. We do go for the nasty plot. Could Mismagius have Focus Blast? I honestly could see it because Dark is super effective, so we gotta kind of be careful with that. It's also going for a nasty plot. Okay, so we outsped the Mismagius, which is big. So yeah, this is big. Hold on. If I hit the Sableye here, this could be a huge turn. Okay, that's actually probably the best thing we could have had happen. It's probably the best thing we could have had happen just now. It lives on 1. Wow. Alright, Shadow Claw. That does okay damage. Chandelure comes in. Interesting that she sends this out right now. Okay, it's floating with the air balloon, so we know it's not sashed. That is at least good for us to know. The kind of problem we have, first of all, that Sableye took a Dragon Pulse, which I didn't Dragon Fang. I think what I do is I double up on this Miss Magius, but the thing that sucks, right, is that I don't have stab to hit Miss Magius with. And I don't really want to go for a discharge either, so I gotta Ice Beam. I basically have to Ice Beam. I need to scald this Chandelure. Even though the rain is up, I don't really feel like dealing with it. And we need to Dragon Pulse to Miss Magius as well. And this thing should die. It was holding an air balloon. There's no way this thing should live. Get the level up on Jukebox. I just hope to God I don't get hit by a Focus Blast here. Ice Beam, or I could get a Freeze. It's a 10% chance, but I could pull the Freeze. Oh, that wasn't enough. Shadow Ball +2. We are especially bulky, though. It is +2. Oh, we ate that up. It's a fairy type. No way, dude. Oh, I feel like an idiot. I should have known that. I could have sworn we've dealt with that before in this game. Alright, Golurk's coming out. Actually, you know what? This is fine. This is fine because what I can do with this turn is with Porygon Z's turn, I can Ice Beam the Miss Magius, get this thing out of here. I can Scald the Golurk, get that thing out of here. And Sableye is not really that big of a problem. I could kill it, but I think the more important thing for me right now is to heal up Kyogre to full HP. I think that's the more important play. Just in case someone does have priority or anything like that. I'm not trying to have my Kyogre get knocked out this early because he is going to be seriously needed, especially if Iris's battle is a triple battle. I need to make sure that I'm okay. Going for the Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. Not a physical attacker at all. Don't need to worry about that. Alright, so that's a dead Golurk. It's a dead Golurk. Now that just leaves us in a 3v1 against Sableye. Alright, I think we played that one pretty well. Obviously, we have 2 legendaries. I understand that. So... Oh, I forgot. Okay, so... I have a nasty plot up. I really don't want to put my Kyogre in jeopardy here. I completely forgot that she had another Mon in the back. Will a Thunderbolt kill? I don't think so. You know what? I bet even though it's resisted, I bet an Ice Beam Thunderbolt combo should kill this Jellicent. And then Sableye should go down to Dragon Pulse, of course. She didn't heal, which is interesting. I find that interesting that she didn't heal at all.
Yep, lives right on 1, but this Ice Beam finishes it off. Which is massive. See, it would have been a nice fight at ground type there, because I would have just swapped into the ground type. Discharge. Boom. Kill that thing. But
it's still good. It still works. So it is what it is. But that is the first Elite Four member down. It was the first Elite Four member down. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, just full restore up the Kyogre, and I think we are going to swap Toxicroak in for Porygon Z for right now, because we want to take out Grimsley, because, like I said, we have 2 Mons weak to Dark, as much as we had 2 Mons weak to Ghost. Psychic, low-key, outside of Toxicroak, might be the easiest ones. I think we go Grimsley, then Marshall, then Caitlyn last. And then, of course, we fight Iris. Now, I cannot predict everything that will happen in each battle, so that's difficult to say. But Toxicroak should have some shine in this fight here. Like I said, we got the dry skin, so if we take any sort of damage, we'll get basically free HP recovery because of the rain being up, and weather is permanent in this game. At least through ability, it's permanent. So that's pretty nice. Oh? They're all different types of battles. Huh, okay. Well, this is a horrible lead for us then. I mean, we have to swap into Primal here. So he's getting a free hit on us. Could go for Crunch, go for Earthquake. He's definitely going for Earthquake. I don't know why he would go for Crunch. So reason for him not to click EQ right now. Alright, Earthquake. We're gonna eat this pretty well. And we should outspeed and we should one-shot. Ooh. Okay, that does about a third. Does about a third to us. Wait. So what this is telling me, right, is that each battle is going to be a different style of battle. But I still think preparing for having the most Mons ready is still the best case scenario. So Toxicroak being our lead was 100% the right call because it's Dark type. The battle is Dark type, not him being Dark type. All right, Honchkrow. We do know Honchkrow gets access to Superpower. I'm very much knowledgeable of that. I still think our best bet, because I really don't want to just have Kyogre wash everybody. I really don't. I'm trying not to just have it be that. I'm trying to save him for when I feel like I really need him. Now, I know Honchkrow does not get... he's not fast, and he doesn't necessarily have the greatest special defense. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. I don't know if Tri Attack is stronger with the adaptability and everything like that. I think Ice Beam is technically stronger. And it is, so there we go. Alright, Sharpedo He could have speed boost. He could have speed boost. Do I stay in? Well, actually, no. If we completely resist his, if we're immune to his water type moves with dry skin, then there's no reason for us not to go Toxicroak here. And I know he's fragile, and I bet he has a sash, if anything. Does go for the protect, so that makes my fake out useless. Does have speed boost. Why do I feel like this thing has Psychic Fangs? I feel like he has Psychic Fangs. And knowing Drayano and knowing this game, I could totally see him having Psychic Fangs. I think I just have to go for the close combat. Waterfall. Stupid. Let's see if he's sashed or not. He is sashed. Okay, we could have figured that out. Obviously, our defenses get lowered. I could Sucker Punch here. I don't think Chantal healed at all in her battle, so I'm going to anticipate Grimsley not healing either. I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch, though. I did expect him to go for another move there, whether it was Waterfall or if it was something else. Alright, Drapion. We do have a ground type move with Reshiram. We do have a ground type move with Reshiram, so I'm going to go into that. Alright, Turbo Blaze, of course. We knew that. Go ahead and go for that Earth Power. Night Days. It's his Rourke. It's his Rourke. The thing is, though, this could probably still kill a Zoroark. Because Zoroark is not bulky. At all. No way you have a sash on this thing, too. No, you just casually lived on one. Okay. That's actually kind of annoying. I ain't gonna lie. Can you imagine if I stayed in with Toxicroak and just said screw it and close combated this thing? How bamboozled I would have been. Ooh, that was a crit. Oh, and he was Life Orb, too. I should have just gotten out of there. Or healed. I could have done that too. That would have been a better use of my turn. Ooh, T-Tsar. Okay, this'll be interesting. This'll be interesting. I definitely am gonna, fuck around and find out here. I think he's gonna have a Shockleberry. There's no way he doesn't. Right? There's no way he doesn't. Go ahead, just throw up the Sandstream. No. What other ability does T-Tar get? Sandstream? A Nerve? I know he can get a Nerve. There's no shot he doesn't have a Choppleberry. Yep. But is this enough to kill? Because this does mean it's 2 times effective. Yes, it does. Let's go Toxicroak. My man is showing up right now. Let's go. Alright, and then for this guy, I might as well just... I'm just going to finish it off with Primal. If Reshiram was at full HP or was at better HP, I would have sent that thing in, but... Way too risky right now. Way too risky. beautiful loss is still a loss, and ugly win is still a win. That's facts. He's not lying. He is speaking nothing but the finest of facts right now. Go ahead and knock you out. Get to level 86 as well. Psych, we're not. Oh, man. We're actually tearing through these battles pretty quickly. I was surprised. Alright, let's go ahead and heal up because that battle definitely threw me for a loop. Probably won't see much of Toxicroak now. I still think we save Caitlyn for last. Because I could definitely see her battle being a double battle. So would that mean that Homeboy Marshall is rotation? Or am I just speaking complete and utter nonsense? Because Chantal's was a triple, so I'm just trying to figure out where it all makes sense. But if it is a rotation battle here, I think we go with these three. I mean, obviously Reshiram is a good fourth option. There. The Toxicroak he's iffy. Just because the other mons that are in fighting gotta be like something that he'd be super effective against with either fighting or poison, which there's really not much. Porygon Z is an absolute hell now. Because we're not rocking Psychic or anything like that. Alright, let's see. Hopefully I prepped for this adequately. He is, in fact, a double battle. And this is actually big that we led with the Kyogre with the Jirachi. Because there was a small part of me that wanted to go Cofagrigus. There was a small part of me that wanted to go Cofagrigus there. Intimidate does kind of suck, but I do have the ability to U-turn with things like Earthquake being prominent and everything like that. So I think that might be my first play, is to U-turn on the Hitmontop. Honestly, I might even try to leave that Hitmontop around. Might be smarter too. Yeah, because I want the Cofagrigus to get some shine. I want the Cofagrigus to get a little bit of shine. See what happens here. Could have a sash on the Infernape. I don't see that being the case, but he does have a sash on the Infernape. So that's what I was trying to kind of go and say is like he could. It's very possible. The double CC probably on the Kyogre. How much is that doing? Okay, so that's the first one. I would say Hitmontop has less attack than Infernape, so if I do get hit with a close combat there, which I don't, which is big. Do I leave the Infernape though?
honestly, I don't see why I attack him. I think I leave him right there because it's an easy, quick knockout. Especially if they don't heal, there's no reason for me to focus in on that thing. Instead, I should Scald the Hitmontop, get that boy out of here. I mean, sure, the CC is going to be annoying. But if I can just get rid of the actual threatening stuff. Because he's already he's neutralized because of the rain. Like, he's neutralized because of that. So, goes for Heat Wave. I seriously think he only went for that because the AI knew that they were going to get a burn. I still think that theory, or that, yeah, I still think that's a theory that is real. Is that AI will intentionally do things like that because they know that they'll get the secondary effects. Because why the hell would he go for Heat Wave there? Like, actually go for Heat Wave. Alright, so Lucario. Can get that guy out of here. He will have a Conkeldurr, so I do need to be careful about that, but we know how to neutralize a Conkeldurr rather easily. He's not going to be carrying 2 Focus Sashes, so... And we did see that he had the Air Balloon. I did recognize that. I didn't say it, but I did recognize that. Goes for the Heat Wave again. Is that going to burn my Cofagrigus? Nope. In fact, we get rid of the Infernape, so good for us. What could come out now? I mean, I want a full restore so I can get rid of this burn. The thing that sucks is I need to use my elixir on my Scalds here. Okay, so this Brave... Ooh, this is a bad turn. I think I have to burn the Breloom. There's always a chance that he just protects here. Which, even if he does, that's not bad. But I'm still gonna go for the burn on it. The Conkeldurr side. I mean, maybe he can hit me with the contact move. That honestly wouldn't be a bad thing. I really don't need Kyogre in for this right now. I definitely see this thing having EQ. Rock Tomb. Okay, you're gonna lower my speed, but you're both... Well, Conkeldurr especially is very slow to Jirachi. Drain Punch. Okay, how much does that do? I need that to not do a lot. And it does do a lot, and we miss the Willow, so... He does have a Flame Orb. And he was faster than our Cofagrigus, so... I think with Cofagrigus' turn, I have to go for the heal for Jirachi, and I just have to hope that I get a flinch with Zen Headbutt. I think that's the only way that I can deal with the situation. Because if I got the burn on the Breloom, that would have been nice. And the Breloom isn't holding a Toxic Orb either, so we know it doesn't have Poison Heal, so it more than likely has Effect Spore. More than likely has Effect Spore, goes for Mach Punch. That shouldn't do anything to me. It will if it gets a crit. No, he has Technician. That's why that did so much. This is a problem, though. If I don't get a flinch here, this Jirachi might die.
Oh, he went for Rock Slide. Okay.
I think I go for the Iron Head just to ensure that I don't miss. I think that's what I do here. He doesn't heal, which I still find that fucking crazy that they don't heal in these battles.
We go for the Iron Head to ensure the kill.
And it's neutral, which is also kind of crazy. Go ahead and get the level up. Curious to see what this Breloom goes for. Goes for Spore. You're such an ass, dude. Such an ass. Alright, what's the other mon that I can see him having? Maybe Mienshao? Mienshao would actually be the... I think the Mienshao would be right. The right answer. Ooh, you have your own Toxicroak. Okay. Well, we know this guy can't be sashed. We know that. We got a full restore here. Because even if, right? Even if that means it's wasting a turn, the next turn, I would much rather have the Breloom focus on sporing the Coffagrigus than anything else. But to be honest, I could see it not sporing the Coffagrigus. Okay, he's faster than us because of the Rock Tomb. We knew that. Yikes, that does a lot. But this will knock him out. I mean, he might have the berry. He does not have the berry. I would have expected the berry. I totally would have expected the berry. Yep, does spore the Jirachi. So this is a perfect turn, actually. Because what I do now is I take Coffagrigus' turn. I full restore the Jirachi. Jirachi goes for Send Headbutt, and it knocks out Breloom. So this is absolutely perfect for us. It's absolutely perfect for us, so... And this should knock it out. That doesn't knock out Breloom in one hit. That's insane to me. That is absolutely insane to me. Stab and super effective. Doesn't knock it out. Alright. So we do get a reward because we did complete the challenge of Skip Every Trainer. I know technically we didn't, but because it's storyline progress, we're not sitting there for 30 minutes doing nothing. So let's go ahead and go to our reward wheel. We got the same reward. It's almost like this that they don't know that this is the end of the series. It's almost like That's an additional 2 encounters right there. So let me just go ahead and write that down. Just in case, we do wipe out. Yeah. But we do need to interact with the wheel. Ooh, this is probably our last challenge of the series. Use only dual type Pokemon, which means we are not allowed to use our Porygon Z or our Cofagrigus, which that could prove to be a problem. If we're going against Caitlyn and Caitlyn is a rotation battle, then I think we just have to go Jirachi, Kyogre, and Reshiram, because there's no fucking shot you're gonna make me go in with Toxicroak into that fight. The battle against the Iris, I have no idea what to expect with that, but that does mean that like Haxorus or anything like that kind of gets a little bit of free reign if it's carrying a Focus Sash, which typically it does. Which is a little bit of a problem. But right now we've been doing pretty well. I was worried that all of the battles were gonna be like triple battles and things like that. I wasn't sure, but it's good to know that that wasn't the case. Alright. So I'm expecting this to 100% be a rotation battle. It's not. It is also a... Ooh. It is also a double battle. Okay. So then my lead is perfectly fine here, right? I mean, Slowbro is a little bit scary with the rain up because it does help him. Do I go for Calm Mind here? Do I go for Calm Mind here with Kyogre? Oh, you know what? I done goofed. Because I did not heal up my PP for Scald. So you know what I am going to do? I am going to Calm Mind just to ensure that I have a better chance of one-shotting things. I would like a flinch here on the Musharna. I know it is part fairy. Because I know I'm not going to kill in one hit. Alright, let's see what happens here. Flinch on the Musharna, Scald from the Slowbro. How much is that doing to my Jirachi? It's probably going to do a decent amount. Okay, no burn though, which is massive. That is huge for us. Very, very good. Very, very big. I'm going to go for the Meteor Mash to try and get a attack buff. And then we Thunderbolt the Slowbro because this thing is not taking a hit. Not at +1. Not being 10 levels lower. It's not taking a hit. And if it does, I'm going to be fucking shocked. Alright, going for Thunderbolt. That should kill. Alright, nice. Zatu. Zenmo Darmanitan, bro? What? This thing is completely reversed. It is specially invested, but I still don't think it's a +1 rain boosted. I don't think he's taking this. He shouldn't. Unless he's sashed, he shouldn't take this. That scared me. I saw Darmanitan and I was like, ooh, the Giga Drain. That's not going to do anything because I'm +1 and it's not stab. Yeah, it does nothing. Nothing. It does get you up above half, but what's happening here? Gallade. I think I do the same thing I just did earlier. But this is a big turn. I actually don't know if a +1 stab in the rain Scald is going to knock out a Gallade. I would like to think that it would. Iron Hit didn't kill the Zatu. I totally thought it would. I didn't want to go for Meteor Mash because I didn't want to miss. Oh, this is going to be a close one. That was my last Scald, too, so... I found it crazy that she didn't have a Gothitelle. Grimsley didn't have the Bisharp either. I mean, we haven't seen all our team yet, so... Of course, my Kyogre gets burned. Ooh. Do not like that thing being on the field. And it's floating with an air balloon. Okay. I think I just U-turn out of here into the Reshiram. This would be perfect if I had another Scald, because I wouldn't have to worry about this, but I kind of do have to worry about it. I mean, Thunderbolt should still do good damage, right? Definitely should still do good damage to this thing, because we're +1. And realistically, what I could do is I could heal up with Remedy's turn, full restore, get this thing back up to full. I'm just curious to see how much this does. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Trick Room. Could you imagine if I went Toxicroak and then had Sucker Punch this thing? That would have been 100% the best play I could have ever made. Oh, you're gonna go all out if it means you get a win? Listen, if you pull back a sweep with a Metagross from the situation you currently find yourself in, I would be impressed. I'd be so thoroughly impressed. Rock Slide. Okay, so that's going to do a decent amount of damage to Reshiram. Of course, Kyogre gets flinched. Yup. Is this what we're doing? Rock Slide flinches? I would love to just see the other, like, POV of this and kind of sit there and be like, oh my god, how can someone not be terrified of this? Because it's literally a Reshiram and a Kyogre. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate the praise. Yes, I know, I know. I accidentally talked to you again when I wasn't trying to. Might as well just use these. I don't see this battle being anything other than a single battle. I really don't see it being anything other than a single battle. I'm so nervous for this. Like, I shouldn't be. Or I feel like I shouldn't be because of, like, the team that I have. And it's not like I have a challenge that's going to really restrict me. Yep. Single battle. Alright, what does she lead with? We know she has Haxorus. We know that. Superior. Alright, so we are leading off with our Jirachi. So this is fine for right now. Alright, I'm gonna U-turn here. Because if I can get Toxicroak in here, I don't know if I outspeed Superior. I don't know if I outspeed Superior, but I don't see the Superior.
He does go for Leaf Storm.
Perfect. Well, we know this thing obviously has Contrary. That should do nothing to us. Unless it wants to get a crit. This sucks though, right? Because if I don't outspeed, then this is a problem. Or, you know what? I could be absolutely cheeky.
See how much his fake out does.
Ooh, is a sucker punch enough to kill?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I really don't want to risk Toxicroak here, but we do outspeed.
All right, good. Because I did make him Jolly max speed, so I wasn't sure, but
with that thing being +2, it could have gone for another Leaf Storm. It could have Draco Meteor. If it had gone for either one of those, that would have knocked me out. Been at +4, super fast. Alakazam. Interesting.
so he did change up her team a bit. Okay, Alakazam. Well, do I want a Meteor Mash? Do I want an Iron Head? Honestly, low key,
Kind of high key. I want an Iron Head. Go for the flinch. Nope, no flinch.
all right. Aura Sphere. That's fine. That's neutral. That's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna do too much.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything to us. Go ahead and go for the Meteor Mash. If we can get an attack buff right now, this is big.
Oh, that is big.
You know what? Nah.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Because even if this thing wants to set up right now,
This is 100% the smart play to do.
because most of the Dragonites that we have fought in this series
Have multi-scale. We're gonna go ahead and U-turn. It's not gonna do that much because it's resisted.
but it's gonna break multi-scale.
So as long as this thing isn't hacking the leftovers, we should be able to do that. Go into Kyogre, click Ice Beam, knock this thing out.
No worries.
Like I said, it can go for a D-Dance all at once. One D-Dance isn't really enough to scare me. One D-Dance really isn't enough to scare me, so...
It is holding the leftovers. Is that enough HP to get it back to multi-scale? It's not. Scam, dickhead.
And I didn't even heal up my PP for Skull.
Dual Wing Beat? Ooh.
Curious to see how much this does. Okay, that does about half my health, but this is gonna go ahead and knock you out. Togekiss. Alright, so we 100% swap into Jirachi here. So that's half our team gone already. And the rain's up, so if this thing has Flamethrower, it's not going to be able to do much to me. Big damage. Citrus Berry hops. That's fine.
It goes for T-Wave. And of course, it doesn't miss a T-Wave.
That actually could be a big problem for us, depending on what the next mon is. Aura Sphere, that shouldn't do much. This should do less than the Alakazam did to us. Meteor Mash.
I may get an attack boost off of this.
which I don't. But not necessarily like I need it. Right. Oh, this is bad, actually. I find it kind of interesting, though, because Drayden had a Latias, right?
So it's kind of cool that Drayden had a Latias and Iris has Latios.
Alright, so level 79. Is this her ace? No shot, this is her ace. Deep Dragon Pulse.
I would not be surprised if she's holding Soul Dew. That does so much damage.
Because it's Life Orbed. So that's big. Alright. Big, big, big. Took that. Level up again. Empoleon? No Haxorus?
That's crazy to me, actually.
Does a max attack, stab, super effective close combat kill?
Come on, Toxicroak.
I'm giving you this moment. Yes, sir. Good shit.
And just like that,
we walk away in another Drayano game. Master mode with a dub. You know what's funny is I was so worried about that Elite Four challenge too.
even with the team that I had, I was worried about it. But my team,
Any of the points where we had a team,
it seemed like it was always so good. Like, let's exclude the fact that, yes, I have 2 legendaries and a mythical, right?
when I didn't have Jirachi on the team and I had the Stoutland, was really good. Conkelder, really good. What else we have? Escavalier was insanely good in this game. There were so many things that were good that we had and all this sort of stuff. And like I said, I didn't need... I mean, I obviously do have half a team worth of legendaries, but I honestly think I could have had just one and we would have been, like, set. And I mean, it's not like this game was the kindest to us either. 29 deaths, I mean, obviously that's less than the original Volt White Master Mode we did. I think Volt White Master Mode we had 47? Albeit, I don't know where we were at when we finished the main game. We might have had less deaths, because I know when we did post-game, because we were forced to do post-game as a punishment, we
definitely picked up a lot of depths in the post game. So I actually don't know where we finished off in the main game. We probably actually finished off with less stats. So typically, what I'd like to do is go through my team and kind of do a little bit of like a trip down memory lane, and this is kind of where I decide who the MVP, most valuable Pokemon, was on my series. And what I want to do actually is I want to pull this up over on the side here. Let me move that over there because I'm curious. It's taking sweet time loading.
$32 hours to beat this game. Not really surprised there.
So coming off of the Heart Gold Egg Lock, where we did suffer the loss in that series, it's actually really nice that we came out, bounced back with the W. This means that our nuzlocke record actually improves to 14 and 10, with the Mastermode again bumping up there. So as far as MVP goes, jeez. The obvious answer you would say, right? The obvious answer you would say is Kyogre. Because yes, did it die a couple times? Yes. One of the times it actually died, the other time it was taken from me because of a punishment on the punishment wheel. However, I do think there was
Maybe a better option. For what I think.
First of all, let's say who probably doesn't qualify for this. Porygon Z, Toxicroak, and Jirachi. Now, don't get me wrong. All three of those mons did their fucking job. I mean, I think Jirachi
Really did us wonders. Steel typing is just so freaking good.
and having Serene Grace and having the chance to flinch with Iron Heads being doubled, Meteor Mash boost being doubled, Zenheba being doubled. It's good. We know that if anybody who's played Pokemon long enough will know that Jirachi is always a good mon, especially with its ability and everything like that. Toxicroak. This was the one mon that I was surprised the most when I added it to the team. Not sure if it was going to do us any wonders, any bits, anything like that. And it did the damn thing. In the Elite Four run and any of the battles and everything like that, I was always a bit worried because it's a glass cannon. However, because of the fact that we used it when we did, I would want to use it again just to get a little bit more experience with it, because I don't think it's a bad mon, especially now with fairy typing. I say now, but fairy type's been out for 10 years, but saying like Gen 6 on, he's a lot better, I would think. So I definitely would like to use it again if possible. Porygon Z, I don't need to explain this. It's my favorite mon. Like, we know that it's good. Adaptability, Tri-Attack. I mean, you can always run Hyper Beam, I understand that, but you don't want. I don't like the recharge turn, and Tri-Attack has the chance of inflicting status as well. So, to me, I think we played this game very, very well with those mons. Adding those mons to the team were 100% the right call, but I don't think any of them are worthy enough to being an MVP. Now, I said Kyogre. Being MVP should be the obvious answer, right? After the Reversal Mountain mishap, bringing him back
and onto the team, it like our team was like in the depths, down low, like thought we were gonna lose the game type of deal, and it turned out to be the exact opposite.
But considering Kyogre has already been an MVP in my Insurgents nuzlocke that we did years ago, as much as it feels right to give it that spotlight, I don't think we should. As considering it did die a couple times in this series, and not that like dying in the nuzlocke really plays a part in MVP status. I mean, hell, in Generations Mastermode currently, I say that Swampert is my MVP, even though technically it's died multiple times. And other mons that were MVPs, didn't survive because we didn't win the lock. Going back to Volt White, Braviary, I said was our MVP because that thing was around forever, and it didn't even survive. Now,
This leaves us with 2.
Reshiram, realistically, you could say Reshiram deserves MVP. We got this thing, I think, before the 4th gym, and it proved to be super duper good for us. But I think because there'll be other times where we get Reshirams and it has definitely a better chance of being an MVP there. I always like to look at ones that, like,
On paper, you look at it and you're just kind of like, I don't see how they will be MVP.
And it kind of sucks that they didn't get a whole lot of spotlight in this video, but I think for when they needed to come in and show up and do what we needed them to do, the Coffagrigus was the best thing we could have added. This was the only mon that survived from Reversal Mountain. Technically. Because technically the Reshiram died, but we brought it back because of a jailbreak. So, after everything that happened with Skyla and Miss Stroughton and everything, Coffagrigus was added to the squad after the big rebuild. And it stayed alive the entire time. And this was probably one of the first times that I did use a Coffagrigus. Obviously, in games like these, you tend to use things that you don't typically use. Like, I think of Reborn as a perfect example of that. My team in Reborn was like a gang of misfits, but they all did pretty decent. And it's not like a lot of these other games where it's a randomizer, like in Reborn, it's like that's what I had to go with, and it's like we made it work. But I would say most deserving of the MVP is probably the Coffagrigus. As much as Kyogre and Reshiram were there for knocking things out and everything, the Coffagrigus really helped. Really helped, and it's probably the glue that kept us from not experiencing a single whiteout in this series, which is also an insane thing to think about, because we have not only the game that can knock us out, but the wheel can technically take Mastermode lives from us. We didn't lose a single one, which is insane. Albeit the first half of this game was rather easy, which is why we turned on the challenge mode, which I'm glad that Drayano and the gang made that a possibility, because I think the fact that Game Freak made the challenge mode an option for after game was a miss. I think that was a miss. And I would love them to add more like the challenge mode stuff in the games going forward, but this game's 12 years old now, so it's a little bit maybe a little bit late. But yeah, I think we'll say that Kofagrigus is our MVP for the series. I think that's only fair. But more importantly, thank you guys for watching. Like I said at the beginning of this video, the previous episode not being there really sucks, but this series was definitely a lot of fun. Black 2, White 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. So getting to play through it again and having as much fun as I did was just, it was an incredible ride. Don't worry, we definitely have ideas on the table and as to what we plan to do next. So don't you worry, we will be back very shortly with our next rendition or next Let's Play. I have plenty of ideas. I just need to execute them here, shortly. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, more importantly, if you guys enjoyed the series, make sure you hit the like button on today's video, but also subscribe to my channel because, like I said, we got other things going on the channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys for our next video. Peace out.